people they love. Here we are with this week's episode of Narcissist Revealed. Thanks for seeing this video. Today I'd like to talk about a game that narcissists play that is very hard on their bodies and minds and takes a lot of time. But first, I'd like to ask you to help this channel grow by sending this movie to any family or friends. I also want to encourage people who are new to this channel to subscribe and turn on the bell so they can be notified when a new video is posted. We need to be aware of the games narcissists play because they are meant to get us to believe their lies and get caught in their web of lies. Your narcissist is only likely to do or say nice things to you during the love bombing phase while you're with them. No matter what you do, they will never praise you or even notice your accomplishments. At first glance, they seem to respect and admire your physical beauty and successes. But this is all just on the surface. They will say nice things about how you look and what you've done just to get your trust. There are no happy people in the world besides narcissists. They make sure nothing can go wrong with their plan because they don't want to feel stupid, unworthy, or wrong. There are people who lie even though they know it to get what they want. Because of this, they don't usually accomplish anything important enough to be called a long-term success. What about when they make you doubt who you are? They don't need to make you feel bad and guilty. How many times have they done this to you? How many times have they made fun of you in front of your family and friends? Did they treat you badly and make you feel bad? You wanted to find them and ask them what the hell you did wrong so you could make things right. Remember how you can't live without your selfish partner and how they make you feel like you're the most important thing in their life. People who are narcissists try to control and dominate the people around them. The better they will be at what they do, the more people they can manage. So narcissists use a lot of different methods to make sure their cupboards are always full. Two ways they do this are by making false claims and taking control of the future. Why does this hurt so much? In order to explain why narcissists act the way they do, I want to get across these exact points. Having a long-term goal or wish is important for keeping you motivated and giving you hope. The narcissist also wants to know about your goals and plans, and they'll make sure everything goes as planned. On the other hand, narcissists never ask you what you want and how they can help you get it. These kinds of people are only interested in how important they are. They will do anything to make you believe that your dreams are not only impossible, but they will also never come true. One of the most misleading things about the situation is this. The narcissist needs to be able to control your goals and plans, as well as people and events, so that your dreams don't come true. Narcissists want you to care about them emotionally, and what better way to do that than to have a say in your future, just as an added bonus. Your goals look like they were set and backed by other people. When you make plans with a narcissist, you might be let down if you don't accept that you will be the only one working toward your goals. Narcs like to use the word we because it makes them feel important when they want you to make plans with them or do things for them. The narcissist will make you believe that they care about your goals and dreams, but their plans are always ahead of yours, and they already have them in motion. A snob is only good at acting nice. They would talk about how much help you would get from them. If they were there, they would say nice things to cheer you up and help you feel better. Most of the time, they won't do anything unless they are specifically asked or told to. They would also try to persuade you that what they are doing will help you reach your long-term goals and needs. The narcissist, on the other hand, doesn't care about or believe in our goals and dreams. They only want power to take advantage of, hurt, and utilize us. They don't care about our well-being. They don't care if our dreams come true or not. On the other hand, they want to talk to us and convince us that they're on our side. They would try to get us to make plans with them, but they would always let us down. People who are egotistical, like family, friends, or a romantic partner, will also treat you badly. Narcs know that if they can be a part of our dreams, we will rely on them or think we can't reach our goals without their help. After all, dreams give us hope. You run the risk of putting your hopes and dreams in the wrong hands with a narcissist, because this is where other people's hopes and dreams die. We think that there is still hope because of the promises and plans they made with us, even though they hurt and let us down. We accept their behavior because we want a better future. This plan is good for the narcissist because it works out for them. The narcissist will lie to you about everything because they don't want to help you reach your goals. Unfortunately, they are not likely to give you the happy and bright future you had hoped for. The narcissist will only do things that are good for them, and your dreams will never come true until you can figure out how they can gain from your success without having to do anything. Some mean things narcissists to do or act like they care about other people's hopes and dreams, make empty claims about the future, and act like they really want those hopes and dreams to come true. They destroy not only the present, but also the future. It is a waste of time to keep thinking that the narcissist cares about us, because we can never get that time back. After a while, dealing with the narcissist's lies, abuse, and betrayals is too much for our minds and bodies to handle. People who have told narcissists secrets and stay close to them can face terrible consequences. A lot of us have been harmed by narcissists before, and the best way to keep that from happening again is to stay away from them. If you think someone is selfish, you should never tell them anything private again. Do not tell them any of your thoughts, dreams, or secrets. The best thing to do is keep your future goals and plans to yourself, because they will definitely steal your ideas and work. That's all there is to say about the video today. Please share this movie in any way you can, and don't forget to click the like button below. You could subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be notified when we post new movies. Thanks. As always, we really value your time and attention. Thanks a lot. Today, let's peel away the layers of the narcissistic persona, revealing the 5 main vulnerabilities they strive to conceal. Come with me on this exploration as we navigate the intricate maze of narcissism and unearth the realities hidden beneath the mask. Despite their facade of invulnerability, narcissists carry weaknesses that, when exposed, can profoundly shake the very core of their meticulously constructed identity. Beneath their mask of grandiosity lies a deep-seated fear of inadequacy, a relentless drive for validation, and an insatiable hunger for admiration. This perpetual quest for external validation forms the Achilles heel of narcissism, rendering them susceptible to manipulation and exploitation. Furthermore, their lack of empathy erects barriers to genuine connection, ensnaring them in a cycle of isolation and internal conflict. Their fragile egos, unable to tolerate even the mildest criticism, magnify their vulnerabilities. By illuminating these weaknesses, we gain insight into the nature of narcissism and its profound effects on both the individual and their surroundings. It's time to break free from the cycle of manipulation and embark on a journey toward authentic healing. So, are you prepared to uncover the truths concealed behind the narcissistic mask? Let's delve into the depths. Narcissists really take a blow to their ego when faced with frustration. It throws them off balance, triggering heightened stress and anxiety levels. This disrupts their usual coping mechanisms, leading to behavior reminiscent of individuals with borderline personality disorder. Think explosive tantrums, intense emotions, and difficulties managing anger or jealousy. Frustration amplifies their typical traits, sometimes even resembling primary psychopathy. Similarly, individuals with borderline personality disorder exhibit traits akin to secondary psychopathy when frustrated. Both narcissists and those with borderline personality disorder struggle immensely in such situations, resorting to almost any means to alleviate their distress. While most people attempt to address the issue calmly, narcissists may resort to aggressive outbursts, resorting to verbal or physical violence in what we term as a coercive snap. Essentially, narcissists strive to mold everyone to fit their idealized image, disregarding the fact that individuals have their own thoughts and emotions. When faced with resistance, they may escalate to extremes, including violence. It's crucial to recognize that narcissists often internalize blame for their frustrations, failing to acknowledge that the source lies externally. They perceive people as mere objects rather than autonomous individuals. Therefore, when confronted with frustration, they react aggressively in an attempt to coerce conformity to their idealized image. Dealing with a narcissist poses a considerable challenge because they view others not as they truly are, but as projections of their own fantasies. When circumstances don't align with their desires, they can erupt in fits of rage until they regain a sense of dominance. This repetitive cycle of frustration perpetuates conflict, escalating tensions further. Moreover, during periods of intense stress, they may transition into a borderline state characterized by impulsive and destructive behavior, culminating in the notorious outbursts known as borderline rage. Occasionally, narcissists exhibit traits reminiscent of a cold and calculated psychopath, exhibiting a complete disregard for empathy and solely prioritizing their own interests. Both the borderline and psychopathic states are steeped in fantasy, as narcissism distorts their perception of reality. The psychopathic tendencies within a narcissist can be profoundly unsettling, akin to the extreme cases sensationalized in the media. Their transition from one troubling state to an even darker one occurs devoid of concern for others. Initially, narcissists may present themselves as entirely ordinary individuals, adept at concealing their true nature. Instead of displaying anger, they may adopt a facade of warmth and friendliness, even feigning the role of the ideal companion. However, beneath this veneer lies a sense of disquiet. They employ sarcasm and bitterness, evade direct confrontation with problems, and maintain a facade of politeness and concern. Yet, one should not be deceived. Behind this mask lurks a malevolent intent, whether it be physical harm or the sabotage of one's career. These clandestine schemes, whether executed covertly or brazenly, weave a complex web of deceit, leading victims to misconstrue reality. Despite appearing to hold the reins of control, victims endure enduring anguish inflicted by these malicious acts, akin to a wound that refuses to heal, leaving them profoundly wounded and struggling to recover. Let's explore the borderline state, a realm characterized by two distinct facets. At one moment, a narcissist may erupt in fits of rage or throw tantrums, seemingly out of nowhere. In the next, they may insidiously sow discord, subtly shifting blame onto others, a hallmark of covert narcissism. Regardless of the approach, when confronted with intense stress, narcissists can transition into this state, catching observers off guard with either abrupt outbursts of anger or a gradual accumulation of tension. Beware of those who cloak their true intentions behind a facade of normalcy, biding their time for the opportune moment to strike. Some individuals, in a bid to shield themselves, habitually deflect accountability onto others and may resort to aggression or violence to rationalize their actions. Winning becomes an all-consuming obsession, and the sting of defeat can plunge them into despondency, catalyzing behaviors such as substance abuse and detachment from reality. They employ psychological manipulation, particularly targeting those in their inner circle, intensifying their cruelty when threatened by emotional bonds. For certain individuals, verbal abuse may escalate to physical violence, treating others as mere objects devoid of humanity. Those entrenched in deep-seated paranoia or consumed by a thirst for vengeance pose a particularly grave threat, resorting to tactics such as stalking and harassment to achieve their aims. Thus, we discern a primal human instinct deeply ingrained within us. However, the manner in which individuals pursue retribution can vary widely. At times, individuals with inflated egos fail to grasp the nuanced complexity of this pursuit. A more constructive approach involves prioritizing equity and ensuring the restoration of the victim's sense of security, rather than solely seeking retaliation against the wrongdoer. It entails holding the perpetrator accountable, providing solace to the victim, and ensuring that society perceives the incident with the gravity it deserves. If the desire for revenge consumes someone, it can spiral into destructive behavior, monopolizing their thoughts and leading to actions detrimental to themselves. Without intervention, this fixation can erode relationships and detrimentally impact mental well-being, paving the way for long-term consequences. Narcissistic revenge operates on an entirely different level, serving as a mechanism for narcissists to bolster their fragile egos and restore a sense of superiority following perceived slights or humiliations. Instead of attributing blame externally, they pivot the narrative to assert dominance, masking any feelings of inadequacy. For individuals grappling with narcissistic tendencies, resources like my videos can provide valuable insights and coping strategies. Narcissists adopt a perspective characterized by the belief that they are faultless, nearly divine beings, and resort to retaliatory actions as a means of reaffirming their perceived supremacy. This mindset typically emerges from experiences of embarrassment, which contradict their self-image of perfection and omnipotence. By inflicting suffering upon others, narcissists seek to reclaim a sense of significance, elevating themselves above others. Thus, when they mete out punishment to individuals perceived as transgressors, those who challenge their authority, refuse to comply with their directives, or tarnish their image, they derive a perverse sense of empowerment, reaffirming their illusion of omnipotence. Should you find yourself fixating on thoughts of vengeance, take a moment of introspection to discern whether these impulses stem from wounded pride or unhealthy narcissistic inclinations. Redirect your focus towards addressing the genuine emotions of hurt, rather than succumbing to narcissistic urges. Assess whether your desire for retribution aligns with principles of fairness and justice, or is driven by selfish motives, as it often tends to be the latter. Certainly, seeking retribution to restore balance and protect oneself is a valid response, provided it doesn't become a tool for ego inflation. It's essential to strive for assertion of rights and reconciliation rather than seeking vindictive satisfaction. Merely yearning for a return to normalcy, to undo the harm inflicted, serves as a coping mechanism to address the pain caused by others' deliberate wrongdoing. Compensation and restitution offer practical and equitable means to rectify the situation, providing just redress beneficial to all parties involved. When faced with adversity, individuals typically adopt one of two approaches: punitive self-righteousness or a quest for pragmatic, fair solutions. Healthy individuals tend to lean towards the latter, while those marked by self-centeredness and an inflated self-concept often resort to the former. This dichotomy delineates the fundamental distinction between these two behavioral archetypes. I trust I haven't conveyed an overly aggressive demeanor, but if I have, rest assured that you retain the autonomy to respond as you deem appropriate. Be it through punitive measures, righteous indignation, or the pursuit of amicable and practical resolutions. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of you might find familiar: the bizarre antics of narcissists when you implement a no-contact strategy post-breakup. Navigating this situation can feel like traversing murky waters of unfairness and ambiguity. You deserve to safeguard yourself and establish boundaries, yet narcissists often act in ways that defy logic and fairness. We'll be dissecting this phenomenon and exploring why narcissists resort to extreme measures when they're cut off from contact. Whether you've encountered this firsthand or are simply intrigued by the intricacies of human behavior, let's delve straight in. When you cease communication with a narcissist post-breakup, their behavior can take a peculiar and unjust turn. It's as if they still desire dominion over the entirety of your relationship. Initially, they discard you as if you're expendable, signaling their desire to sever ties. Yet, paradoxically, they expect compliance with their dictates even after ejecting you from their life. They harbor a wish for you to remain tethered to them, indefinitely suspending your own happiness while they retain control. It feels as though they're omnipresent, scrutinizing your every move from afar. This behavior might seem utterly perplexing upon reflection. Why should a narcissist exert control over you when you're no longer part of their life? It boils down to their inflated sense of entitlement. Narcissists genuinely believe they possess ownership over others and can manipulate them at will, regardless of their current involvement. When they decide to discard someone, this entitlement becomes glaringly evident, often stemming from the realization that the individual no longer serves their selfish purposes. Frequently, this epiphany dawns only after a prolonged period of belittlement and devaluation. Having endured the relentless belittlement of a narcissist, you might find yourself a mere shadow of your former self. Their relentless exploitation has left you depleted, rendering you obsolete in their eyes. That's when they decide to cast you aside. What's truly sickening is their perverse delight in witnessing your struggles post-breakup. It's twisted, but they revel in the notion that your suffering fuels their sense of dominance and control. Deciding to sever ties with a narcissist is a monumental step. It signifies your refusal to dance to their manipulative tune any longer. Once they've shown you the door, you refuse to stroke their ego or vie for their validation. By abstaining from contact, you deny them the satisfaction of witnessing your desperation for their attention. Instead, you prioritize your own growth and healing, gradually releasing thoughts of them. The paramount goal is to bar them from re-entering your life, cherishing your newfound freedom as you forge ahead. Prioritizing your own well-being and happiness post-breakup can be a profound blow to a narcissist. They're accustomed to wielding power and basking in adulation, yet now you refuse to participate in their game. The revelation that you're not crushed by despair and no longer under their control wounds them deeply. Many struggle to grasp the extent of this wound inflicted upon the narcissist. It's unfathomable that your decision to heal and move forward could evoke such anguish in them. Even more bewildering is the phenomenon wherein individuals yearn for the narcissist's return post-breakup, despite knowing they're better off without them. However, this narrative shifts as they release those sentiments and prioritize their own well-being. As time passes and they begin to distance themselves mentally to recover from the pain, narcissists often attempt to reinsert themselves into their lives through a maneuver known as a hoover. This clandestine tactic is their bid to regain control, typically by feigning concern or remorse. This maneuver tends to occur precisely when you're on the cusp of regaining your footing, making it a pivotal moment. They possess an innate radar that alerts them when their grip on you is loosening. It's no coincidence. To reassert control or reignite the relationship, They employ strategies primarily for their own benefit. They swoop in just when you're attempting to extricate yourself from their influence, but can still sense their lingering presence. At this juncture, they fear losing you for good, prompting urgent action. They maintain a mental roster of former partners they can reconcile with, unwilling to relinquish anyone who bolstered their self-esteem or made them feel significant. They may go silent for months or even years following a breakup if they perceive lingering emotional distress on your part. Yet, the moment they detect signs of your healing and progress, they stealthily re-emerge under the guise of concern or worry. They might suggest meeting up or employ emotional manipulation to evoke past sentiments. It's all a ploy to reassert their relevance in your life. Entertaining their overtures during this vulnerable period risks derailing your path to recovery. While you may have been making strides, this reunion could drag you back into a cycle of psychological dependence, undoing the hard-earned progress you've made. Narcissists excel at curating a circle of admirers they can turn to for validation and attention. Often dubbed a harem or garage, it's akin to having a roster of individuals at their beck and call, not necessarily for rekindling romance, but to reaffirm their perceived dominance over these individuals. Even after initiating a breakup, they may attempt to reel you back in through a tactic known as hoovering. Hoovering is designed to reignite your longing for them, providing a fleeting ego boost before they retreat once more. They relish the sense of control it affords them, knowing they can elicit renewed affection from you despite harboring no genuine desire for a committed relationship. Engaging in mind games is their modus operandi to maintain a sense of superiority. They string you along with false hopes of change while reveling in their temporary high. This manipulative cycle of highs and lows makes it arduous to break free and move forward. However, when you cease communication and stand firm in your decision, narcissists are left scrambling. No longer can they drop by unannounced or exert influence over your life at will. This loss of access unsettles them, as they're accustomed to wielding control, particularly post-breakup. The absence of their usual power and influence leaves them disoriented and defeated. They rely on manipulating your emotions at their whim, so being deprived of this control instills fear in them. It's not your companionship they miss, but rather the adulation and attention you once provided. Your departure leaves a void they frantically seek to fill, driven not by genuine care, but by their insatiable need for validation. It's not about reconciliation or repairing relationships. It's about reclaiming control. When narcissists initiate contact again, it's not out of a desire to mend fences, but rather to regain their sense of dominance. They loathe the notion of you moving forward and finding happiness without them, fueled by their insatiable need to always come out on top. The mere thought of you thriving independently threatens their fragile ego. This is where maintaining no contact becomes pivotal. Not only does it facilitate your healing journey, but it also disrupts the narcissist's hold over you. Refusing to engage after a breakup sends them into a tailspin, as they grapple with the uncertainty of your actions and how to assert their influence once more. By shutting them out completely, you effectively rent space in their minds for free. Without insight into your life or the ability to control you, they unravel. It shatters their illusion of superiority, leaving them reeling at the prospect of losing their grip on you. For narcissists, this realization is a significant blow to their ego. The realization that they may not always emerge victorious, and that you can thrive independently sends them spiraling. They may exhibit erratic behavior and struggle to maintain their facade when their usual manipulation tactics fall short. The notion that they aren't perpetually in control becomes an unbearable reality they must confront. Choosing to go no contact after a breakup is more than just a healing process. It's a bold reclaiming of your autonomy, sending a clear message to the narcissist that their control over you is finite. It's a declaration of moving forward, irrespective of their validation or dissent. Your engagement in this discourse is greatly appreciated. If this discussion resonated with you or mirrored aspects of your own experiences, I encourage you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your active involvement not only fosters understanding, but also offers solace to those navigating similar challenges. Remember, you're not traversing this journey alone. Feel free to explore the resources provided in the description below, including the opportunity to access a free book and engage in one-on-one consultations for additional support and guidance. Thank you once again for tuning in, and until next time, stay resilient and keep forging ahead.